Hi everybody, my name is Noelle and welcome back to my yoga channel. Today's quick tutorial is going to be on half split, which is Ardha Hanumanasana. So let's get started. I recommend you to get 2 blocks. If you don't have them, get 2 chairs or something to prop yourself up. Alright, so we're going to start with our left leg first. We're going to take our left leg in front of us, or however you'd like to get there. And so you're right here at this point. You're going to take your left toes in line with the heel. You're going to take your heel in line with the hip. And then the right leg is going to be exactly in line with the hip as well. You're going to take right knee in line with the right hip. And then your right foot is going to be in line with the right knee. Now, most common mistake, as you start, like you'll probably come back from a low lunge and then you'll shift back to a half split or some other pose that builds the strength of the quad, right? And then now it's time to have the hamstring stretch, but that quad is going to be still super engaged, okay? So we're going to just start from the low lunge on the left side. You're just going to come to the right knee, and if this hurts your back knee, you're going to place a blanket underneath it, okay? So something to make your joints feel better. So you're starting here, and then you're just going to shift back. Now as you shift back, you're going to be very mindful with your breath as you're exhaling. You're exhaling here. And then you're going to make sure that that hip on the right is stopping in line with the right knee. The left foot is going to be in line with the left hip. All right. So now for the engagement of the Ardha Hanumanasana. Okay. Oftentimes toes may go towards the right or the left, or pinky toe back, and it starts twisting. It just depends on where you are in your practice. You really want to make sure that you're aware what your body's doing and eventually move it to correct it. And that it could take a lifetime. It could take a long, long time, or it could take one day, okay? So you're going to push down with the right shin. You're going to pull those left toes back, and then you're going to engage that left quad. That will protect the back of the knee. The right glute is squeezing. Now, my legs are ready. My left heel is pushing down, and at the same time, I'm pulling my legs together, pulling the left heel close towards the right knee. But I'm still pushing that right shin down. And you can feel the engagement of the legs. Your body is working on the lower part, and the front part, or the top part, is moving with gravity. So therefore, everything is secure and ready, and your torso will eventually just lay over. All right? So take your blocks and however you'd like to place them. If you can fold, that's great. You just want to make sure that that left leg is so strong and that right glute is squeezing and your belly is pulling in, and you can feel this beautiful breath moving in and out, and it's moving slowly. All right, so we're going to take our hands in line with the left heel. Torturous, yes, but we've got to do that. That's the alignment. Now your shoulders are most likely shrugged over. You're going to pull belly in, legs are strong, doing exactly what we said earlier, and then you're going to make your chest do that chaturanga. Your chest is moving forward and chin is moving forward slightly, or gaze is moving forward. And then you're going to start bending your elbows. Now as you bend your elbows, your palms are pressing down and at the same time pulling towards your hips. Don't just drop your elbows. If you drop your elbows, continuing to make sure that everything is growing forward and you're looking for length. So the goal of yoga there's not a goal, but the goal of yoga is the spine to continue to be tall and straight. Or tall, I should say. So we're going to take an inhale here. As you inhale, engage the left quad, pull left toes back, press that right glute and squeezing, or right shin is pressing, right glute is squeezing. Okay. As you exhale, you're going to exhale very slowly and drop the head, but don't drop the chest. As you drop the head, move the shoulder blades down the back. If you feel that you've gone backwards as you folded, you're thinking your next breath is for growing. So as you exhale, you're going to start growing. If you feel that your legs are just not strong enough, don't worry about the fold and just work on the legs being straight on the left and stronger on the right. Okay? So let's get out of that. Let's go ahead and flatten that left foot and just shift forward. Okay. So let's try on the right side. Step the right foot forward, and again, if it hurts any bit in the left knee, make sure that you have a blanket underneath. Everybody can do yoga. You just got to figure out what your body needs. Right? And don't say that I need to be more flexible, because no, that's not true. You want a lot of strength in yoga, and then eventually in time, your flexibility will come. But if you're strong and you know you're strong, then yeah, you can do yoga. And plus, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. All right, so we're going to start again in that half split with the right. So you can strengthen the quad here by squeezing the left glute, pressing down the right heel, just feeling that right quad pressing down and pulling back in. And now we're going to take that exhale and we're going to shift the hips back. As you shift, make sure that those hips are going to be in line with feet and knees. And even those right toes pulling towards the hips. Take a look at that. Don't be in a rush to feel what your body is doing. Make sure that your body is working the alignment, and worry about folding later, right? So I'm going to take that left shin, press it down, even those back toes. Squeeze the glute, pull the belly in. And again, you're looking for strength and openness and letting all of this take place eventually without you knowing it, because then gravity will just let you fold. And your breath will be very silky and smooth. So right quad squeezing, right toes moving back, and eventually walking those hands towards the heels. That's what you want in the very beginning. It may be torturous, but if you can't get all the way there because you're working on the strength of the legs, that's okay. You're working on straightening the leg, that's okay. But eventually, those hands will move towards the heel. You're going to pull your belly in, and you're looking for length as you fold. Now, as I fold, I'm just going to drop my head because I don't need this in my practice. I don't need this 8 to 13 pound, whatever size pound this head is. So I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to pull my chest up, and I'm going to bring growth as I exhale. That's why you exhale slow and steady, because you watch your engagement. You watch how the muscles are contracting down the spine, your shoulders, you're moving them down, and your head is dropping, but the front side of the body is growing as the spine is contracting back. It's a beautiful thing, and sometimes you'll catch glimpses of it in practice, and Some days you might have eaten too much, you had too much stress during that day that you can't feel it. And it can be frustrating too, because you really want to get back to that place where it did feel really well. So I would recommend not eating before a practice. And if you did, it's really hard to breathe. So just notice the difference when you do have food or a belly full of water versus nothing, right? You will feel more strength and lighter without it. All right, so we're going to take one more breath as you exhale. And just continue to work that back leg squeezing, glute squeezing, and the right quad squeezing. And eventually it will fold. So let's go ahead and get out. And we're going to try that one more time on each side, just 3 breaths. All right? So we're going to step that foot back. We're going to bring our left foot forward. Let's just add in a low lunge. Let's do that. So you can keep your hands down if you'd like. I'm just going to bring my hands to the top of my left knee, and I'm going to interlace them. I'm going to take an inhale here. Elbows are moving down. Move chest in and up, and squeeze that back right glute. Feel like your knees and the right knee and the left foot is moving to the middle of your mat. They're going to meet underneath your legs, your hips. So last breath here. As you exhale, I want you to feel that growth. I want you to see if you can grow the spine longer. Inhaling, and then as you grow the spine longer, exhale very slow to watch. It is difficult. Okay, now we're ready to shift into a half split. So take a quick inhale, not quick, but exhale, shift back, half split. Right knee in line, left leg in line with hip. And I'm just going to drop my head, and I'm going to take breath. Each time I want you to grow. See where you can soften. Make sure those hands are coming close to that left heel. You want it in line. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift up. And then we're going to shift forward. You can go ahead and switch legs however you'd like. Okay, left quad is strong, left glute is strong. Right knee is in line with that ankle, and I'm just going to interlace my fingers, and I'm just going to place my palms on top of that knee. And I'm pushing the chest up, but my exhale is growing the spine long. So think the back of your spine and the front of, or the spine and then the belly are growing in sync together. And the crown of the head is lifting. Shoulders are moving down the back. So that's the growth. We're going to take one more inhale here. And it's okay if you do something different on each side, because both sides are slightly different. It's great if you notice that. And you're going to shift back, half split. Hands are going to come close to that shin, as level as you can. And then watch that hip. Don't let it sink down. Okay? Don't let it push your right hip out towards the right. You really want everything in line. Work those right toes back. Drop the head. Pull the belly in. And begin your growth. So you've got the strong legs. And once you have those strong legs, you're working on that growth of the chest. Every time you sink a little deeper in towards the right leg, make sure the legs are still strong. I'm going to take one more breath. And then we're going to inhale. That felt really nice. Yoga feels really good when you can let your mind just follow your breath. So that is the tutorial on half split. I hope you enjoyed this. I do would love to have all the comments, positive comments, and answer any confusing questions you may have, or any confusion you may have. And we'll go from there. Well, thank you so much. I will see you on your mat next practice. Thanks.